Hello and welcome back to my channel where I like to have fun with all things beauty while being critical about what I accept into my collection. Today I am doing a Sephora top 10 recommendations video. So these are going to be my recommendations if I had to keep it to 10 items. If I didn't have the products that I have, obviously, because for me to recommend these are all products that I own. But if I didn't and I had to keep it to 10 absolute most worth it things to get during the sale, these are the 10 items that I would pick. I'm going to do this somewhat in order, but it's not really. I mean, I sort of like all of these things somewhat equally. But what really jumped out at me as something that would really make a lot of sense to get during this sale is definitely one of the Hourglass palettes. This is their 6-pan from last year. I actually didn't buy one this year, but I should say I own 4 of these. So I really like this formula. Because they are brand new and limited edition, it's very unlikely that a better deal is going to come around. More often than not, they also sell out of at least a few of the versions of it. So I would say not to wait for Black Friday for this. If you know you like the Hourglass formula, now is definitely the best time to pick them up. I always wait for the Sephora sale. I don't get them at launch. I think the best I've done buying them through Hourglass is 10%, maybe 15%, but in my experience, 20% is the best deal, and these are phenomenal powders. They work for just about everyone, and they're beautiful. So if any of this year's color stories stand out to you, now is definitely the time to jump on that one. Number 2, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. This is another item that is brand new. It's limited edition. So like all the things I just said about the Hourglass apply to this as well. I know Danessa Myricks does have sales, but it's unlikely that they're going to be better than 20% off. So if you were on the fence about this, another good thing about buying it at Sephora is if you buy this and it really doesn't work out, you can just return it. So I think most people looking at this sort of already know that they like color, but if you're hesitating because you don't trust the formula or anything like that, now is definitely a good time to pick that up. I absolutely adore this palette, and I do have a feeling, I have no insider information, so I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling that because this packaging did so well, she's likely to keep this format in the future. So likely another Lightwork palette and maybe even a neutrals, who knows? You know, I have a review dedicated to this palette where I sort of talk more about the packaging, but it's just really convenient, it's sturdy, easy to travel with. I think the formula is stunning, and now is definitely the best time to pick this up. Next, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I'm gonna actually mention 2 palettes, but I'm doing that because I think they're for 2 different customers. So if you're somebody that likes Natasha Denona, you probably have one of these already, but her I Need a series where she did I Need a Nude, I Need a Warm, and actually the Golden palette too, that's pretty neutral. There's a good chance that at least one of these color stories really speaks to you. So if you're a neutral lover, or if you're like me and you need a companion palette to work with your more intricate shimmers like the Danessa Myricks, this palette has been an absolute workhorse. But because none of these are new, I'm also going to throw in the Natasha Denona mini palettes. I feel like these were super popular for a long time, and then maybe just because she hasn't come out with any recently, I've personally forgotten about them, but these are some of my most used. So today I have the mini Starlit palette, but I would highly recommend any of these. Any of the color stories stand out to you, these are phenomenal. They're really good for the price, and they're absolutely great to travel with. What I love so much is that she almost always chooses 5 shades that can be used for a complete look. So like I contour my eye, I use light on my inner corner, darker on my outer corner. This has a beautiful gradient for that, and the shimmers are stunning. The formulas in these are phenomenal. The only one that I have that I didn't like was a limited edition holiday one, the one with the green. There's something wrong with that palette. The formula is completely dried out. It's unlike anything I've ever gotten from her, so I don't recommend that one, but I do think that's a fluke because I own like, I don't know, at least 6 of these, and the rest of them are all phenomenal. So don't sleep on the Natasha Denona 5 pans. depending on what you're in the market for, you can't go wrong with this formula. For number 4, I'm going to say the Makeup Forever color pencils. So these are phenomenal. My favorite is Boundless Bisque because I can use it on my lower lash line to open my eyes up, and I can also use it to clean up my eyeshadow. So it's creamy, it's blendable, but it also stays put. I have these in lip liner colors. So, you know, my feeling though is they're $24. So it's a hard pill for me to swallow paying full price for just an eyeliner or a lip liner. I hate doing that. So anytime a sale comes along, I feel it knocks it back down to a price that I'm more willing to pay for a product like this. But when I have these in my collection, I don't touch any of my other eyeliners because I love them that much. I also want to bring up the little set. They have a set with, I think, 5 different colors in it. I think if that sticks around and makes it to the sale, it's definitely worth picking up. The only thing that I don't love about it is that it doesn't include the Boundless Bisque shade. So for me, I can use white for similar reasons, but like I'm pale, but I'm not that pale. So I'm not able to also use that to clean up my brow bone, for example. You know, it's just not quite as versatile. But because I do own Boundless Bisque, I might pick that up because, like I said, the formula is just phenomenal. If you'll use enough of those colors, it's definitely worth it. And 20% is a much better price. Number 5, I'm going to have to say the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. This is similar to the Makeup Forever in that it's an excellent formula, but full price, it just hurts. Like, I hate paying Charlotte Tilbury prices for lipstick. I don't know, even though I do use lipstick every day, for some reason I just really don't like spending a premium on it. So I'll really never buy these at full price, but 20% off is great. She normally doesn't do a better deal than that. For me personally, my best shade is Wedding Bells, but I would say whatever your best shade is, now is definitely the time. It's also a good time to give yourself an excuse if you wanted any of this super cute packaging. Like, you know, I wouldn't be able to do it at full price, but I absolutely can with a smile on my face at a discount. Number 6, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Patrick Ta Lipgloss. So I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera, but this is stunning to look at. It's what I have on today. I will say the shimmer is not super noticeable once you rub it into your lips. I feel like when I first put this on, I can notice the shimmer, and then after I have it on for a while, I don't really see it anymore. So I don't think it's the most impactful. I don't think it's the most nourishing. In the shade, She's Expensive, there's no plumping formula or anything like that going on. You know, I'm not reaching for this if my lips are dry, like nothing like that. But at 20% off, I can justify it because it's just so pretty. This is one of the few things in my collection that I actually leave on my countertop because I like looking at it that much. And it is technically functional. It's not like it's useless, but I get value both from looking at it and from wearing it. And I don't know, it's silly. I could never justify this if it weren't for a sale, but on sale, it's just so fun. Number 7, I'm gonna have to say my Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. This is a setting spray that I've loved for a really long time. I just love the light level of hydration it does in such an elegant way. Like, I can get a similar finish from MAC Plus, so I would have a hard time paying for this full price, but it is such a nice experience that I'm thrilled to have it in my collection. I only ever buy this on sale, but I will say the can lasts a long time. It's 4 full fluid ounces, so I don't know. Compared to other setting sprays, a lot of time you're getting less product, so it's like it brings the price a little bit back in orbit. Again, this is something that is almost impossible for me to justify at full price, but at a discount, it's worth every penny because I enjoy it that much. And I really think it leaves a nice elevated finish on the skin. I'd be hard pressed to say that it's like necessarily soft focus. It doesn't make me look like I have a filter on my face, but it certainly helps everything melt together and look cohesive, and it brings shine back in the right places and leaves me looking hydrated and like I'm drinking enough water. So I don't know. I really love that setting spray, but only on sale. Number 8, I'm going to say my Nars Foundation. For me, the light reflecting foundation is my holy grail. I will say I have mature dry skin. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is going to be everybody's best foundation, but I think during this sale, whatever your holy grail foundation is, I think it's the best time to get it, unless it's something that you know goes on sale at a better discount somewhere else at a different time of year. I just love the fact that I know I can always get this at Sephora, and if it doesn't work out, I can exchange it, return it, whatever. I love Sephora for complexion products. Number 9, I'm going to throw out a product that has been around for a really long time, but I never tried it until recently, and that is the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats. This is, I guess, a highlighter technically. I prefer to use it on my eyes, but this just has such a stunning wet look finish to it. I don't use it every day. This isn't something that I'm wearing to the grocery store, but it is something that I absolutely love that I have in my collection to reach for a special occasion. Whether it's a pop on my cheekbones, on my décolleté, or on my eyes, this is absolutely stunning, and because I don't use it every day, it's not something that I can necessarily justify paying full price for, but at a discount, I feel like I have no excuse, and just like the lip gloss, this just makes me happy. So I'm really happy to have it. It hasn't gotten a shout out in a while, so I thought I would bring that up. And then finally, I'm going to talk about gifts. So I don't have just one product in mind. I have been keeping an eye on the Sephora sets, and I usually like to pick at least one up. Unfortunately, this year, none of them seem that great to me, and a lot of them contain either products that I already have or colors that I'm really not interested in. So I'm not really looking to any of those to give as gifts either, but a few other sets really stood out to me. The number 1 was the Wetman Atelier gift sets. I own a number of these minis, and the blush mini trio in particular, I felt like the shades in that were the best for, you know, the people that I'm buying gifts for. That's the kind of thing that I would have a really difficult time justifying purchasing for myself. But to give it as a gift, it's beautiful packaging, lovely presentation, and it's a good selection of colors. I mean, obviously depending on who the person is, but for a lot of people, I think there's something for everyone. So that would be a must-have for me as a gift. I mean, I would love to buy it for myself as well, but the Sephora sale is definitely a time that I do actually start shopping for the holidays. I certainly don't buy 100% of my stuff in November, but it really helps me get a head start. I also love the Wetman Atelier formula. The shade I have on today is Coquette. I don't know how to say that, but I actually decided to swatch it next to Patrick Ta Not Too Much. This was a blush that I picked up during the last sale, and I like it, but I struggle to say that it's really worth it even on sale. It's not a bad blush. Like, I don't think you'd be mad if you had it, but I just thought it was interesting to compare these two color-wise in case you're looking for, I don't know, Wetman Atelier minis for yourself. Coquette is certainly one that I've seen around a lot. Another cute set is the Summer Fridays Lip Balm. What's nice about these is that it's kind of foolproof. Like, even if somebody literally owns this set, they could have 2 and it's not the end of the world. So if you're shopping for somebody and they have a lot of stuff, you don't really know what they need, lip gloss is always a nice, sheer, easygoing option. And the packaging is beautiful. The scents are great. I struggle to say that this is worth it at full price for the full size, but regardless, it's always a great gift. I also wanted to mention the YSL quads. Those are stunning, and those are another really safe gift for somebody who maybe doesn't have the most makeup, but you want to get them something really special that they would have a hard time justifying buying for themselves. The presentation is cute. I will say they're awfully lightweight, so they're not weighted. The packaging is not super luxe, but they're stunning. That's the kind of thing that I know people have trouble buying for themselves, but they're not intimidating and they're pretty much foolproof. So definitely a crowd pleaser. And finally, that would probably be the LYS blushes, the Rare Beauty blushes, you know, any of those blush kits. I feel like especially for young people, blush is so popular now. That's another thing that stands out to me as being a really good gift. Now, who knows if the Kosas will be in stock, but that's cute also. So without going on and on about gifts, I do definitely think it's worth mentioning buying gifts during the Sephora sale or splurging on gifts for yourself. Like, I have the Gucci bronzer. I could never have justified this if it weren't for the sale. I'm looking at the Gucci highlighter this year. You know, I don't necessarily always feel like items like this are worth it, but if you're gonna do it, at a discount is definitely the time. You know, especially these new products that aren't gonna go on sale for quite some time at other retailers. Anyway, I said I was gonna keep this quick, and I'm gonna do my best to stick to that. I hope you are having a fabulous day wherever you are. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.